Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning. Let me turn my volume up. Oh, wait, you might be muted, actually. Yeah, just unmute for me. Cool. Awesome. Good morning. How are you? Oh my God, I still can't hear you. Wait, no, you're still muted. Hit unmute for me. It should be in the bottom.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect.
How are
I'm good.
you?
I'm excited. I'm super, super excited.
I'm excited too, and it looks so warm there, so I'm kind of jealous.
It is. That's why I was like, you know what? Let me do it outside because it feels really. Ever since we've been stuck, I mean, the weather here in Florida has just been so beautiful.
Oh my
So
God, I'm so jelly. Okay, so I am just gonna do a brief intro for everybody really quick. Everybody who's like tuned in. So if you could do me a favor and just mute your camera and mute your mic, and then I'll do like a nice drum roll intro, and then you can just hop back on the screen, okay? Perfect. So good morning slash good evening. I know it's noon. I know you just had it. Did it undo it? Okay, perfect. So, welcome everybody. This is the Women Collab Summit. I wish that I had like the little applause and everything like that. But yes, this is the Women Collab Summit. My name is Nicole Briana, aka Nicole Williams. Totally depends on who you ask. But yeah, just a little bit of background about me, and then I'll give you all a little bit of a background about the speakers that will be presenting today and a little bit about tomorrow, but I don't want to do too much about day two just because we'll get into that a little bit later. So first thing first about me, I am based in the DMV. So woo woo to the DMV. And then what I cover are all things digital marketing, social media management, all of those amazing things. I also do a lot with radio, podcasting, and media. So I do a lot of freelance radio, a lot of podcast pop-ups and stuff like that. And then finally, last but certainly not least, I am a certified personal trainer, but I go more so for the like fitness enthusiasts. Which people are like, well, what is that? Basically, I really love to promote health and wellness for women of color to just really encourage us to get in the gym, get fit, and, go that natural route. So that's a little bit about me. But of course, I know you all are not here for me only today. So let me tell you all a little bit about our speakers today. We are going to have um, 4 speakers today, and then, of course, 4 amazing speakers tomorrow as well. And let's see who is on the lineup for today. Also, let me just give this disclaimer, of course, for anybody who is coming late, or if you know a friend who's coming late to the summit, we do have a maximum of 100 people. So what that means is at any point in time, if we are over the 100, which we did have more than 100 RSVPs and registrants, they will kind of go to like the overflow live stream, which is basically going to be on my YouTube channel. It will be live streaming there, as well as it will be live streaming on Facebook. I did send an email maybe 10 minutes ago with that link, but you can also, like I said, just go to my YouTube channel, which is the Nicole Briana, and you can find all of that information. Okay, so first up, we do have Michelle Welch, who will be speaking this morning. And let me give you all a little bit of background. So today she will be covering the topic of time management mastery. And she's really going to be talking about, first of all, we all know we're quarantined, we're in the house. So if you were not already working from home, this could definitely be a really big adjustment. But also it could be giving you a lot of that free time to take your business, your brand, or turn hobbies into a business or brand. So how do you master that while you're still working from home, or while you don't have to work from home, but maybe you have the kids, whatever your lifestyle is that you're having. So she's definitely going to help us out with that. She is a 27-year-old mompreneur and a business owner, and she is based in Orlando, Florida. She has 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 businesses, okay? And they are all service-based. She also has one of her businesses is business coaching and consulting agency, commercial cleaning company, taxes, honey, talk about that because I need some tax help, and a woman's nonprofit network as well. So without any further ado, I will go ahead and I will hop off, which I'm hoping I can hop off. I should be able to. Yes. I'm going to hop off and let her take over, and she will be presenting for about 30 minutes. And definitely there will be a Q&A portion at the end. So if you want to save your questions and then pop them in the chat, we will go over them. And yes. You want to take over now, Michelle? I'll hop off.
Yes. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out how I can hop off. I might have to stay on, but I'll just be here at the bottom. I'll mute myself.
No, that's fine. All right. Thank you so much for that introduction. I am so excited to be able to pour into you guys today. Just really quickly, I'm Michelle Welch. I'm here out of Orlando, Florida. The weather is beautiful. That's why I decided to work outside. But I really wanted to touch on the topic today about time management mastery and time blocking. I'm a momtrepreneur, so what that means is I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a mommy. I have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I have also an office, but obviously being quarantined, I haven't been able to get to the office. I literally have been home now for 14 days with my babies, you know, still having to homeschool them and get a new normal, if you will. Typically I'm up at, 6 to get the baby on the bus. Now we're like, just in bed. And I realized last week that I was wasting a lot of my time. Now, if I was to ask you, what did you do with your last productive day that you had, which would have been Friday? What 8 hours, what did you accomplish in that 8 hours? What did you do? Could you break it down for me and let me know, were the tasks that you had, were they completed? Did you even task out? Do you even honestly know what time blocking is and how to effectively use it? So I had to coach myself, if you will, because I'm like, listen, we can't do this. We can't get up at these times and not have structure and not create the new norm. Healthy habits and healthy routines lead to productivity. And not only that, when you can really get down, if you can really get down to the core issue of what you're having within time blocking, then you'll be able to actually turn a 60-hour work week into a 40-hour work week, because that extra time is not just sitting up in the air. So essentially, think to yourself, what do you do to actually productively put down and task your day out? So for me, on Sundays, what I do is I grab my planner, because I firmly believe that if it's not planned, if it's not on the schedule, then it's not a part of what I got to do. Running multiple businesses and being successful at running multiple businesses comes from time blocking and understanding your time. When you can understand your time and you know what your day means to you, at that point you become intentional about your day and about what you want to accomplish throughout your day. And time blocking, there's so many different forms of it, and they go hand in hand. So when you're being intentional with your time, you're understanding how long does a certain task break down into, what the importance of those tasks are, the priority. And if you're running multiple businesses, and as entrepreneurs, we're sometimes in control of our payroll, in control of our invoices, in control of our social media. We have to do so many different things throughout the day that if you now start task batching, you're now creating those big tasks that you would go through all throughout your day. You would create a specific day. So Monday and Wednesdays are the only days that I'm dealing with invoicing. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days that I'm going to map out my social media for the week. That is time batching, where you're taking larger tasks that would take more of your time and then breaking it down into smaller forms of time. So, all right, so let's get into time blocking. So what time blocking does is it promotes a focused, deep working. Basically, for me, what I do is I task myself out 28 minutes at a time, because I do have to deal with multiple businesses. I also have the kids. So we have to give ourselves flexibility and grace, because obviously, working from home or just working in general, being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, or if you still have that 9 to 5 and you're still trying to juggle your entrepreneurship on the side, we understand that emails are going to come up, random calls will come up, random things will just come up, and we can't be so rigid on, making sure that these things happen. We have to be flexible with our time. So I call it green area, green space, essentially, because working your way through something, and then let's say, for example, you get an email that needs your urgency, but because you planned the day before, you gave yourself those time pockets, time cushions, if you will, for you to be able to now, utilize it and do it later in the day or whatever the case may be. It also allows you to narrow down whatever shallow work that you're doing. We sit down and we task, but we need to prioritize. So what's most important on a Monday for you? What's most important on Tuesday? What's most important on your list of things that you need to get done for the business? So that's, what you have to start off with. What is my priority? What is my non-negotiable that if I don't get it done today, I won't get a check, I won't make it to where I need to make it to, whatever the case may be. So once you can narrow down what those priorities look like, you've then freed yourself up for that green space that I was just speaking of, and you free yourself up of knowing how much time do you have to complete tasks like answering your emails, responding to phone calls, responding to text messages. Because the only way that this is going to effectively work is if you look at your day in a whole and you break it down hour by hour of what you're doing. And it sounds tedious. You may feel like, oh, I don't have time for that. But you'll realize how much time you have to properly time block when you're sitting at the end of a 40-hour week and you don't know what you got done and you have now tasks running over into the next week. All right. So when you time block, you become more aware of what you're working on in that moment. And also, the more single tasks you complete, the better you're making your muscle memory required for deep working. So the more that, you're just focusing, like for the next 28 minutes, I'm only going to focus on answering my DMs on social media and talking to the 50 people I need to talk to for the day. If you time block that out, you're not going to be over here scrolling endlessly because you only have that 28 minutes or whatever amount of time that you need to get this one specific thing done. Because if you don't get your Monday done, then how are you going to prepare for the rest of the week? How are you going to set the tone for the rest of your week? That is why being intentional with our time is so important. Because once again, I can ask you, last week, if you were to pinpoint a day, what did you get done in your 8 hours? Was it productive? Did it bring you a check? Did it bring you closer to getting to where you need to be to get to those ultimate goals and those milestones? All right. And it combats procrastination. How much of us procrastinate? How much will sit down on your phone and be like, I'll do this at 12:30. 12:30 comes, I'll do it at 1. No, we have to hold ourselves accountable now more than ever for the simple fact that with being stuck at home and with having the kids in the house and whatever else we got going on, we got to make sure that, our businesses still need to continue to run. And not only that, we need to develop better healthy habits and better routines for ourselves so that when we see the other side of this, we already have good, solid structure in our schedule to get things done and be far more productive because now we're not stuck at home. All right. So, and, another really big thing that costs us a lot of time is overextending ourselves to people when we know that we have a full plate full of food in front of us and someone's like, hey, can you do this for me? Or, hey, I need this done. Or, hey, I need that done. And it's like, no. It shows you where you're able to fit those little, hey, I need this, I need that, but it also helps you learn how to say no. Because at the end of the day, what's on our plate, what we need to handle in our business is far more important than a favor that we need to do on the outside. We give green space for favors. So that's why it's always very important to be very intentional. If you're going to work on a certain thing, you work on that thing, you stay on that thing until your time is up. And then you give yourself that little time block, that little cushion, so that you can roll the task over and complete it either at the end of the day or complete the other half of it at another time. So a big thing with people is that they feel like they need to scroll endlessly and, be sending emails out and answering text messages. No, we don't do that anymore. We need to focus. So what we're going to do now is instead of leaving 1 hour time block for emails, because we all know we get emails throughout the day, is we set 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon. If you do not answer those emails between those times, they can wait till the next business day. That's not only setting boundaries and understanding your time blocking for self, but that's setting your boundaries for your clients, for people. Because so many times, and I've even found myself doing this, I'll get like rattled if I'm like seeing an email and I don't answer it immediately. I'm like, oh my gosh. No, we're not going to be chicken littling anymore. The sky's not falling if we don't answer an email right now. Right now, your attention goes to the task that's at hand. So that's what's important. All right. So also, underestimating your time is something we do a lot. For example, if someone is creating a course or they're doing something for their business, like for me, I'm a coach, so I have to time block 2 hours to create a full course for myself. If I, give myself an hour, 2.5 hours to 3 hours, knowing that I can complete that task in 2 hours, now I'm underestimating or overestimating my time, and I'm wasting time. Because if I know ideally I can get that done, that extra 30 minutes can go to my self-care time, which means then I can sit down and I can
what's happening.
say that again.
Michelle, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh no, things are just getting so good.
What
Give us
happened?
1 second, guys. I think that there is some type of delay going on.
Should I maybe turn my Wi-Fi off and go off of phone? I'm on another program, guys, on the other side, where the actual summit. I apologize. Hey, Keyshawn. 1 second, guys. I'm on the Women's Collab Summit. We were just getting juicy, but I think the connection dropped, so she's bringing it back. Hold on a second. Let's see. Hey, guys. 1 second. We're trying to see what's going on.